local, cross-border, and worldwide, and now live at the local dive. It's the home of dive radio, and it's WDIR, Windsor Detroit Internet Radio, online at WDIR.net.
You're listening to Local Entertainment Talk with Jonathan Tessier on WDIR, Windsor Detroit Internet Radio.
Hey guys, how's it going? Jonathan Tessier here doing WDIR, Windsor Detroit Internet Radio, local cross-border, and worldwide. I'm here with Shane Trowbridge, the bassist of EarthBound. How's it going, Shane?
Pretty good, John. How are you?
I'm alright. Shane is a local musician here. I was talking about him before we went on our break there. Of course, plays in the local band EarthBound. Musician in Windsor. He's also his own musician, does his own stuff on Bandcamp, records all his own music. Really, really interesting guy. So I thought I'd talk to him. So, yeah, how's it going, Shane? You're all good?
Oh, I am great, John.
How you liking the local dive here?
Loving it. It's a very awesome environment.
Very, very cool. So, Shane, how about you tell us about EarthBound and what you guys are all about?
Well, we make music, John. We have always been trying to make a new sound with our music. I've always been the one to try to make something new out of what we do, and adding different genres of music and just making music for the people.
All right, yeah. Who's in EarthBound?
Josh Soulier. He is the lead singer. He does a little rapping and vocals. Aaron Gasparini, guitar and vocals. Adam Obaba, also known as Adam El-Dashen. He's the drummer, and me, Shane Trowbridge, the bassist and vocalist.
Very, very cool. So you guys have a show this Saturday with Red Red Run and Life in Vacuum, who is from Waterloo. Mm-hmm. Very cool. So I played your band on the radio a couple weeks ago. So what kind of genre of music would you guys say you play?
It's hard to say with us. We've always been the one to question that ourselves. We always say we're an experimental band, and we just do a lot of musical genres and just change it up and make it different.
Change it up. It's very unique idea. I always say you always have to have a unique idea for your genre so you can make it in the music industry, and I definitely think you guys do that for sure. So how did the band start? How did it all come together?
It actually started without me. I wasn't in the band when it first came together. It was first called The Green Scene. It was with Josh, Adam, Aaron, and Keenan Blaze of the Sleazy Petersons.
Oh, yeah.
After a while, Keenan had some issues, so he had to leave the band, and I took the role as the bass player. But first I was the guitarist, because when I first got into the band, Josh told me that I don't care what you say, you're in this band, and I was already in the band called the Sneaky Pete's before with Connor Bell of the Sleazy Petersons, and it's just a big mess.
It's just a big mess. There's musicians everywhere. We've all been in a band with each other at some point in time. So what has EarthBound done recently in the music industry?
We have been playing tons of shows. We've been recently playing at Milk, FM Lounge. We played at Fog about a month ago. It's just fun. We've been playing shows for like a long time now, and we're kind of in the midst of making new material for our new album.
Of course. So, talking about albums, you guys recorded It Is What It Is last year. Yes. How did that go?
It's good. We had some help from our friend Doug from the Nefedovs, and it was more like a demo album because it wasn't really professionally recorded. It was used 8-track mixer, and we just did it just for fun. Like, it was just the kind of thing that we like to do with our friends, and just kind of like make a little side cash on the side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the album is really catchy. All the songs are really fun to listen to. Basically, my review of the album is that you can enjoy some part of every single song on that album, which is really, really cool. So where can people get/listen to the album if they want to?
Well, it's on EarthBound Bandcamp right now, earthboundband.bandcamp.com, completely free right now. We ran out of stock for all the CDs, so we just put it up on Bandcamp for free, so it's free download.
Cool, yeah, free download of an awesome album. So definitely check that out. You guys are playing new stuff at your shows all the time. What are some of the new songs you guys are playing?
We are actually playing a song called Melancholing. It's a weird song about a story of a guy that wants to go get grapes, but he ends up with melons.
Of course, it always
very experimental song.
Ending up with melons. Any other new songs you guys are playing?
Yes, there's a new song I wrote called Envision. It's about drug addiction and past struggles in life, and it's about just quitting and overcoming that obstacle in your life.
Very cool. So what is EarthBound thinking about doing about recording in the future? What are your plans for that?
Well, the new songs are really, really technical and very experimental. We've been experimenting with a lot of genres of music, and Josh has been really, really working hard on his lyricism, which he's a master of vocals, I swear.
Of course. So what would you say, how would you compare the new songs you guys are writing right now to the old songs you guys have written?
Well, the old songs are very influenced through funk and ska with a little bit of rock and hip-hop, and we kind of always stuck to that as like a little catchy, poppier side to music. The new album is very technical. It's very unpredictable, very changing, and just experimental, really. It's really interesting. It's going to be really cool to listen to, and the words are just absolutely like amazing. The songs have funny aspects to them. They have serious aspects. We try to go all around.
What I've always liked about EarthBound is you guys, no matter what the song is, you guys will have an intense song or a slow song or, a pop kind of song, but you guys always kind of keep that fun sound to your guys' music, which is really cool. That's something I look for in musicians, is if they're having fun doing what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Which you guys definitely are, for sure. So your band probably has a variety of influences. What are the influences amongst your band, not just yourself, but your guitarist, drummer, singer, etc.?
Well, we've always been influenced through rock music through all our lives. We've been listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, like all those classic rock. We've all loved that, and we've been getting really into a lot of other music. Like Aaron's very into like folky, acoustic rock and jazz and blues, and Adam is very into like metal, punk rock, and jazz. Josh listens to everything, really. He's been like he started off with metal, right, and he listens to lots of funk now. He listens to like immense of ska, like.
Very cool, yeah.
And I've just been listening to a lot of weird stuff, something that just very different. Like I've been getting really into like a lot of avant-garde music, like Mr. Bungle and Stolen Babies, and just weird music like that.
Very cool, very cool. What I like about that is the variety of influence among your band show the variety of sounds you four can create together. So if you have a band that's just mostly funk influence or just punk influence, you're just going to get punk songs. But with you guys, like you said, you have folk influence, metal influence, punk, jazz, like blues, all this stuff that can be put together and make a really good sound for you guys. Yeah, which is really, really cool. So what's in store for EarthBound in the future?
Well, a lot more shows. We have been trying to look for shows all around Windsor, trying to get out-of-town shows. We've been working really hard at band practice, making new songs, and making a lot of stuff happen. We've been really busy with school and jobs and stuff, obviously, but like we try to get as much as band practice as possible because we all love music. That's what we all live for, and we've been working hard.
Well said, well said. So you yourself are a musician of all sorts. How many instruments do you play, Shane?
I play, I think, 7 instruments. I play guitar, bass, drums. I'm learning how to play trombone right now. I've been learning keyboard, and I'm getting really into mandolin right now. And I don't know, just anything I can really get my hands on, really. I love music in general.
So you record your own music as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's your solo project all about?
It's just about music. Like, I love making music. I put it up for free on Bandcamp, and it's I don't want money for it. It's just, I always thought of music as being an art, not a product. So I always send it out there and just make sure people listen to it. And when I try to make my music, I always try to make something different. Like, all my songs on there are completely different than each other. They're not just all the same thing every now and again, not the same style.
Cool. So what are your goals as a musician?
My goals are I just want to just get a little recognition. Like, I just want people to start listening to my music, EarthBound's music, and it'd be really cool because music has always been something that I've been doing all my life, and it's been really awesome for me.
Rightfully so. I've always said there's just so much talent here in Windsor, but the fact that we're born here in Windsor just gives us kind of a lower chance of getting recognition other than someone who might have been born in Toronto or LA or even London, really. I mean, there's so many places, but Windsor is not the biggest place to get a band started or anything like that. So it's very difficult. What do you think about the local music we have here in Windsor?
Honestly, I think it's amazing. Like, when I first started getting into the Windsor music industry, I didn't know what I was in for, and then I started, like, looking up bands like the Nefedovs, the Bluestones, James O.L. and the Villains, and it's just awesome. We have an awesome metal scene. We have an awesome ska scene, like, very, very talented people, and, like, it's been an honor for playing with any of them, really. It's just awesome. For sure, yeah. I've always said we have a variety of unique genres here in Windsor. I mean, we got Motown bands, we got ska bands, we got metal bands, punk, anything. Mm-hmm. So why do you think it's important to support local musicians? Because I think whoever plays music should really get recognized because it's such an amazing art form. It's always been something that, like, has been in our lives ever since we were kids. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's just an important thing. If you are having troubles with life, just put on your earphones and just escape life because music is the best. It is the best. I totally agree. So let's talk about your show coming up this Saturday. Who are you playing with? I'm playing with Red Red One and Life in Vacuum. They're cool. Very progressive experimental bands, and I actually just looked them up and very impressed. I'm actually really excited to play with these guys. They seem like chill guys. They're very talented musicians. Yeah, no, I'd love to check them out. Why do you think it's important for... I mean, this is an all-ages show for you guys, so why do you think it's important for you guys to have all-ages shows? Because our fan base has always been younger, because we started the band in high school, and we've always tried to, like, have a high school reputation. We're all out of high school now, but we still, like, love high school kids, like, loving our music. We think that's awesome, because younger people are going to be growing up on our music in the industry, and people will always like that music. Of course, yeah, no, for sure. I totally agree. So what kind of sound does the band you're playing, Life in Vacuum, have? They're very... they're like almost like math rock. Yeah, what is that math rock? It's very technical metal, almost, but I wouldn't... Not technically metal all around, but they're very extreme. I really like that. It's very hard, it's very raw, but it's also very, like... Cool stuff, you know? Exactly. Experimental cool stuff. Absolutely. It's hard to put, like, a genre on them because they're just so unique in their own way. Yeah, that's that's probably the best genre, is when you can't put a genre on a band because of just how unique their music is and how cool it is. You can't just pin them with one thing. And then Red Red Run, what are they all about? Are they the same thing, or? They're an experimental band. They're really, really, really cool. They're technical. They don't have any vocals, and I checked them out on Bandcamp, and they're just no vocals. Wow. Very talented band. Very, very talented band. So just an instrumental band. I wasn't aware of that. That's very, very cool. So why should people go see this show, do you think? Because the bands are great, man. Like, it's going to be an awesome time. Like, the venue that we're playing at has always been, like, a like place to go to, and it's always been a fun time for kids to even gather around because it's an all ages show and have a good time with each other.
Cool. So just one final question here. What has motivated you to be a musician in your life?
Everything, really. I've been playing music since I was like the age of 10 years old, just since I first picked up a guitar, and I just loved it ever since. I've always used music as an outlet, and I've always used music as just a part of my life to get me through where I am. So I always thought music was very important to me. It's always been the way I am.
Very, very cool. I totally agree. I just wanted to talk about the motivation because just so people can see how hard people work on this stuff. People don't realize, they go to see a show, they think it's just a band that puts something together, but we actually work extremely hard on this stuff just for your entertainment. That's why I think so many people should come out and support local music. It's been great talking to you, Shane.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome time. If you want to check out Shane's band, you can check him out on their Facebook page. Search EarthBound on Facebook, or you can check out his single musician page where he just does his own thing. Is Trowbee.bandcamp.com. Check that out. We're going to be playing one of his songs a little later in the show. But thank you so much for coming down, Shane.
Thank you for having me.
We had a great time on WDIR, Windsor, Detroit, Internet Radio, local, cross-border, and worldwide. Going to take a little break here, but we'll be back. We're going to be talking about some local theater shows we're going to be having, and going to be playing some more music, and it's going to be a really fun time.